Meg. We're here to report back on Marianne's resolution to be nice and discreet whenever anyone happens to mention the whole ordeal with Edward and Lucy.
You have to admit, I've done pretty well, though. I mean, Mrs. Jennings was going on and on about it the other day, and I didn't say anything the least bit bitter. I cannot guarantee I wasn't thinking it, though.
Well, I appreciate you holding it back. I know how hard it is for you.
Anything for you, sis. Are you expecting someone?
No, I'll go check it out.
Oh, hey, Fran.
Hi.
What brings you here?
Didn't you get my call? I called your phone, Elinor. Maybe it didn't go through? I don't have any missed calls or voicemails. Sorry. Oh, or maybe I forgot to send it. I'm sorry. I've just been so scatterbrained these last few days. Is everything okay? You seem stressed. That is exactly what I am. Everything is just terrible. That's why I came over. Surely you've heard these horrifying revelations about my brother Edward and that awful Lucy girl? It's been too much for anyone to bear. I mean, I was practically in hysterics myself when I found out the news. I had to keep saying to myself, be strong, Fran. You will get through this. Be brave. That has been my mantra.
I'm glad you found something that really works for you.
I don't think I'll ever trust anyone again. I mean, I invited the Steeles to join us at the resort. I put them up out of the kindness of my heart. I was generous to a fault, providing all sorts of fun things for them, and this is how they repay me? I've never felt so betrayed in my life. I really should have invited you girls instead. Thanks. And my poor mother, you can't imagine how she's suffered too. She had this wonderful girl from a very good family all lined out to marry Edward, and he's just been engaged all this time? I mean, how inconsiderate of him. We insisted he come right over and explain himself. We tried to talk him out of this ridiculous little attachment, but he was being so stubborn. My poor mother was just in agony. She explained to him, of course, all the benefits he would receive if he married this wonderful girl she had picked out. And on the other side, the cost if he continued to associate himself with the likes of Lucy Steele. She plans to completely cut him off, and she even went as far as to say that she would try to stop him from being successful in any career he chose.
How could that be?
I know, his stubbornness boggled my mind too, but he was so determined to stick to it no matter the cost. Well, it seems to me that he acted honorably. I mean, if he had given in, it wouldn't have shown very good character. I would have been surprised if he had given in, to be honest. And Lucy may not be the most beneficial match in the eyes of your mother, but she deserves love too. Well, I'm sure she does, but certainly not with a Ferris. I mean, I know you two are friends with the Steeles, but you have to agree with me, her actions have been deplorable. I think my mother's being entirely fair in this situation.
How did it all end?
Exactly as my mother said it would. Edward is cut off, forbidden from seeing her, and he's gone off who knows where. I'm not allowed to talk to him either. Well, what will Edward do now? Goodness knows. His situation is just awful. I almost feel sorry for him, especially considering I'm not even allowed to give him any support.
Well, I'd help him. I'd even let him stay here if that was my decision.
And another thing, my mother decided that all the money Edward would have received will be split equally now between Robert and myself. She was on the phone with the lawyer when I left.
That's gotta be hard to see your siblings benefit from your misfortunes. That probably puts you in a pretty awkward spot too.
I suppose? Oh, but I must be going. I've scheduled a much-needed spa day. Hopefully it will relieve some of this built-up tension. Bye, girls.
This is unbelievable.